Dito, dito. Nagmimisa siya tatay dyan, tapos nadugo yung kamay niya. Mm.
Bakit eh?
Ano nga siya, tay? Mamaya, sabihin ko sa'yo. Hmm?
Ibang nagawa niya kung saan na.
Ha?
Ang aga nagpunta ibang nasa. Saan pa lang ibabaw niya, ganyan.
Opo.
Hindi niya niya magawa. Hindi niya ang paligid.
Tinagaya kita tatay. Pag sinapunta ka sa isang lugar, binibideo mo lahat eh. Eh, lahat ng pagkakat natin, binibideo kita.
Parang nasa tayo ay nasa. Ano kayo? Ano kung kayo?
Hmm.
Okay, parang nandun.
Tay, sabihin ako sa'yo. Tignan nyo to. Pwede pala yung kahit ang hagdanan mo, ikaano na ba to? Tapos pwede pala siyang lagyan ng nakapatong na kahoy.
Dati.
Pwede pala, no?
Kulang mo yan, kulang ang bigyan. Kaya sa akin ang bus. Ano ba kung mas problema ako? Nung may na ako.
Ha?
Naisip ko, pag may problema ako makabayarin, dahil may na ako na ako. Gano'n, hindi ko pag-isip ang isip ko. Gayahin mo yun sa akin. Hindi ko pag-isip ang isip. Tsaka yung kumari ko, bumait. Masaya ka na, parang buhay ka ako. No? Bigla lang kayo, unti-unti na ba ako. Kasi para, parang malalong pera at inuubos. Ngayon na kasi, bumait na sa akin. Hindi mo kasi ako yung tao.
Tsaka ayoko na makialam doon tayo kasi sa kayo naman na nag-uusap nun eh. Sa pagpipilitin ko ako makipag-usap, may stress lang ako. May ano pa to tayo, may second, third floor pa to.
Sige, dahil tayo. Eh, pagong kahoy. Walang kahoy na yan?
Kaya mo pa ba umakyat, tay?
Oo. Inbox music band. Ayan, guys.
weekly confession, daily communion, spiritual reading, meditation, and examination of conscience. The core Padre Pio's spiritual advice is now popularly summarized in the quote, "Pray, hope, don't worry." Tayo yung mga testimony ng mga pinagaling nag dito. Tayo, ito, tingnan mo to. Basahin mo to, tayo. Ito yung pinaka ano. Kilala mo to si Susan Africa? Ayan o. Ayan.
Ano po yan?
Basahin mo yan, tayo.
Hindi mo ba?
Yan, ako. Susan Africa celebrity. I'm sharing this story for all to believe in the power of prayers and miracles. As Saint Pio always said, pray, hope, and don't worry. Believe miracles happen. This summer of this 15th year, my youngest son, Migo, started complaining of unbearable headaches. Apparently, he had been having this brain-splitting pain since early this year, but just took a pain reliever and dismissed it as an ordinary headache. A visit to the doctor last May 18 required some tests in the eye clinic, and it revealed that there was a mass behind his right eye. Tayo, yun sa mata pala yun. Tapos, sabi niya, ay, kinig ka ba tayo? Sabi niya ay, ito yung examination nung time na may sakit yung anak niya. May mass dun sa right eye, kaya masakit yung ulo niya. The doctors had to, the ophthalmologist was quite grim as he shook his head when he saw the result and told my son to pray. The doctors had to rule out a brain tumor. He requested for my son to have a CT scan to see what was in his brain and said that we would need to visit a neurosurgeon after that. Being devotees of Padre Pio, our family decided to pray the 9-day novena before making an appointment for Migo's CT scan. We continued to pray the rosary and beg for Padre Pio's powerful intercession. Finally, the day of the CT scan appointment came and the results astounded the doctors. The report indicated that his brain was perfectly normal, that there was nothing to signify the presence of a brain tumor. It was truly a miracle. Even the doctors were amazed and did not require any follow-up tests. We could not forget the look in their eyes as they acknowledged that something beyond the ordinary had happened. Thank you, Saint Pio, for all your love and prayers. Ito naman, parents niya. Our parents' sickness showed us how God moves in our lives even in the midst of suffering. Their peaceful death prove his healing power even if it did not mean disappearance of cancer cells or recovery from an illness. The devotion to Saint Pio here in our place was just in its early beginnings when our 74-year-old Father Ernesto was diagnosed with lung cancer, stage 4, with metastasis on the brain and stomach. In July 2004, he barely knew Padre Pio, but through our mother's influence, he began reading and praying the novena to Padre Pio. This was the first blessing we thought was bestowed on us because Tatay was still in denial stage then, and he was in so much pain because the tumor in his right lung has already encroached in his ribs, making it difficult to even sleep. Thus, we knew that only divine intervention can help him aside from the limited help from medical means. Every time we would go to the hospital for his checkup and chemotherapy, we would bring Padre Pio's small statue, just so we are reminded that he would help us to pray to God, believing that indeed powerful. After 3 sessions of chemotherapy, his heart and his whole system gave in. He was very weak and yet with so much peace in him. No complaining, no whining us. He surrendered everything to God. In December of that same year, he passed away so peacefully after 2 episodes of short seizure. Even if we were in deep sorrow, we are so grateful to God for he did not spend his last days in a hospital ICU, but in the comfort of his own room at home with us. 6 years after our father's death, our mother started to get weak physically and slowly began to show signs of depression. She was seen by a neurologist, but no particular illness was discovered. Her speech had started to disappear in 2 months' time, and she had to communicate through gestures. Although she was already 78 then, it was difficult for her to accept her situation, as it was for us. The church always had a special place in Inay's heart, even as a young girl. She was a fervent devotee of Mama Mary, and when she learned about Saint Padre Pio, she became a member of the Padre Pio prayer group. Having been a prayerful woman, parang tayong mga testimony na pagdeboto ka, may peace ang iyong buhay, may blessing. Pwedeng hindi ka mayaman pero may peace ang iyong buhay, ang iyong isip. My real mission will begin after my death, a collection of testimonies. Blessings received. Buhay pa yan, Tay. Yung katawan ni Padre Pio, hindi yan kalansay. Ganyan pa rin siya, sa internet. Ewan ko lang kung yun ay yung kauna-unang ibinurol siya o ito ay nakatago pa rin sa kanyang Sa Giovanni pala siya, Rotondo, yung kanyang kwarto. Padre Pio's cell in San Giovanni, Rotondo.
Pag-next last.
Panik po. Last na po yan.
Ganun yan, no? Makakilawag na ako.
Tay, pag ganyan ba ang hagdanan sa bahay, natatakot kayo?
Ang dami na,
Spiral?
Ayun, napakataas na. Dito lang kesa, no?
Huh? Meron pa pala.
Kung kuhin kayo ito, be.
Ha?
Kuhin ka. Bagangas. Kuhin ka, Bagangas. Hindi pa yun. May building pa lang, be.
Pa?
Yung building yun.
Building na.
May building.
Baka saan yan? Makili?
Building.
Saan bundok yan?
Di pa na yan. Dito, kuhin ka. Bagangas. Kaya pag alam mo kina Glencia, parenting, natutuwa yung mga yan. Mga kasi lang tayo pare ko yan, ang taas ah. Kaya pag makili oh.
Saan ang Makili?
Pag makili.
Ayun ba tayo galing?
Pag makili.
Fourth floor na to, tay.
Hmm.
Opo.
Mainit sa lipa.
Pa.
Sa lipa mainit. Pero hindi mo mainit. Hindi sa lipa mainit.
Bala. Ito tayo. Ay, may lock po pala to. Pag pala, ano tayo, ganito pala ang pag-curve. Pag pala spiral, ano.
Meron gawin niya kasi no, diyan pa.